Saturday night, BSC the venue. It's Pink Round, round 8 in the 2025 BigV State Champ Men's season. Jack Thornton alongside me, Connor Matthews. For tonight, it's Camberwell Dragons taking on the Blackburn Vikings. Connor, welcome along.
Thank you for having me, Jack. Always a pleasure to work with you.
Now, two of, needless to say, not the greatest teams in the show the last couple of years, but this really sets itself up to be what could be quite a good matchup between these two. It's been a tale of two halves of the season so far for Camberwell. You could say it's the pre-Conway and the post-Conway era. Conway coming into the roster 3 games ago, 29 a game over that period, and Camberwell look a different unit with him.
Yeah, I mean, he's a hell of a player, Jack, and I think above all else, he just plays incredibly hard, and I think he's a real motor kind of guy for this team who just drives them forward, so excited to see what he puts up for us tonight.
And over on the Blackburn side, James Legan coming off the back of that scoring title a season ago, averaging 23 a game. Not the greatest offensive team, it must be said, only averaging 72 a game. What do you think they've got to do offensively to try and get some more guys involved? A very long roster, almost 25 players so far over the course of the year so far. What have they got to do tonight to try and put up a fight in this one?
Well, I think with great depth comes a great challenge, Jack, in that you've got a lot of guys to get going, right? So they look a little more trim on numbers tonight, which could be honestly an advantage for them. More guys, less guys getting in each other's way, more opportunity for those guys who can play to go and do just that.
Absolutely, and it should be a great one. Good crowd in for a Saturday night here at BSC, Community Basketball League, just finishing off over on the other courts. I'm sure we'd love to get you some scores from around the traps as we go throughout the night as well. But we're just about set to go here in this one. We're going to look at these starting lineups. Sean King walking out onto the floor like he's about to suit up. Just some last-minute instruction there from the Camberwell coach. Fives just sorting themselves out. We'll get those starters to you as they come to hand. But set to go otherwise. And beg your pardon, Blackburn, who control the tip through Canellis. Denga Goff looking high post Zocolo, the former Camberwell product himself, playing for the Zocolo Pinot Cup tonight. Legan, Zocolo working on Ben Crow. From the outside, low shot clock, Manuel looking up top, no good. Beg your pardon, that was Aol. Got his own rebound, put it back in. Gets the opening 2 of the game. So Andre now. Conway had a look at one straight away. Didn't like it. Andre liked the longer looking one and connects from 3. Gives Camberwell their first lead of the game. Long range attempt from Andre. We called a game a couple of weeks ago where he lit it up from the outside and really got the Dragons going from 3-point range. Canellis working inside, long time in the paint, ended up getting blocked by Andre, and Conway controls the defensive glass and takes it away. Andre, another 3, connects! Trent Andre, back-to-back triples, gives Camberwell a 6-2 lead.
Andre was hightailing it for that same spot, Jack. There was no hesitation.
Legan, prolific scorer in his own right, tries to line up his own 3 and puts it in. James Legan opens his account. Here's Andre. Conway thought about his own deep 3, ended up going off the bounce and putting it up and in. 3-point barrage for the Dragons early doors.
It's an extra party out here, Jack. No one is shy.
Certainly not shy to get them up at all. Legan pulling up mid-range, floats away, and he's just so good when he gets to the dribble in the middle of the floor. Here's Andre. Receiving the screen from Reeves and Viney. They'll kick back through the point. Working downhill. They'll go to Conway, lining up another triple, in and out. It was no good on the 3-ball. Zocolo wants Legan on that right wing, couldn't get it to him. They'll play through a Goth. Active hands, Ben Crow away from the ball as a Goth floats up and puts it in. It was a pretty handy part of that 2023 McKinnon campaign where they won a champ men's title. Now applying his craft in black and orange as Ben Crow just throws that one away.
Coach Sean King is not pleased with the defensive effort, and can you blame him? One of, if not the worst offensive team in the league, is on track to score about 190 points.
It's certainly not what you like to see defensively at this point in the game. As you mentioned, 12th, ranked 12th for offensive rating and points per game. The Vikings, a Goth, stepped out of bounds, and he'll turn it over. It'll be a Camberwell ball in the backcourt.
Great D, Crowley, way to look it up.
To the delight of the Camberwell fans.
Target pass, Crowley.
It'll be Viney. Viney looking inside. Ben Crow, uncontested lay, was good. Got himself a nice little pocket of space inside and finished off.
Might be a career first, Jack. Ben Crow in the dunker spot.
Canellis. Legan pulled the trigger straight away on the triple. He's going to get fouled by Viney as he elevated to shoot. First personal, first team for the Dragons. Legan, a relatively automatic 90% from the line. As we say, season ago, scoring leader. They were a different team with him involved over the back half of the season. He's good on the first. 91% from the line over the course of 2025. Good on the second. And absolutely all three for James Legan. As the Dragons will take it away. 1 point in arrears, 6.5 minutes to go here first quarter as Viney went the whole way downhill. Finger roll up and in with the foul. He'll go to the line for an extra.
Not sure that's the guy. It'd be full court pressuring Jack. He's quick as lightning out there.
Yeah, great turn of pace by Viney as he got down the lane, and Viney's going to check into the game, and Alex Canellis is going to take a seat. Davey, who made the move over the off-season from Western Port as they went down. Viney no good from the line, and Conway wanted to try and get a piece of that defensive rebound for Aol, but couldn't get a hand on it. Here is Aol again, working on Crow, up, under, rimmed in and out. The offensive rebound goes the way of Zuccolo. Legan now pulling up just inside the three-point line and puts it in. Long two for James Legan. Up to 8 now. Beg your pardon, make that 10. Reeves inside. Haven't really called his name a lot tonight, but we have now as he floats that one up and in.
House in the house.
Expert comments off mic there. As Zuccolo goes underneath and finishes with the left. Conway, Andre, Viney, up, under and in. Nice finish with a little contact was Locke Viney. High post Zuccolo. Legan, wide open for three, didn't like it. Tried to step back. Zuccolo wants to tee one up.
No.
Tried to go backboard and in, but missed the lot almost. Conway. Viney, Crow, over the top of Legan. Was a bit strong. They all controls the rebound. Davey now, working inside. Tried to go to Zuccolo on the roll. Would have been a tough pass to squeeze that one down a narrow hallway. Legan on Crow. Got upstairs, went to Viney, beg your pardon, to Davey. And the three from Zuccolo was no good again.
I wouldn't mind if I was the Blackburn coaching staff, Jack, just seeing James Legan be a bit more aggressive.
Nice finish, Mike Reeves. I agree with that sentiment. I think that they just are a bit passive offensively at the moment. Would you agree?
I would agree. Like, for a team that's scoring in rhythm a little bit, and, you know, Legan's hit, 7 or 9 early points, I'd be going at him a little harder.
10 early ones as Crow tried to lock down Davey. Davey floated it up and couldn't get the fall-away jump shot to go from the left block. Conway, long three-pointer. Round and out. Rebound controlled. Blackburn, here they go. Through a Goth, up and under and in. Nice finish with the foul. Denga Goth showing off some athleticism and pace to get to the basket. And there will be a timeout. An unbranded timeout. This space for rent. Camberwell want to have a chat about it. Thanks for that, EJ, and a nice 2-0 lead in that series over in New York for Indiana. Halliburton again the difference. Back here in Melbourne though, it's a 1-point early lead. Camberwell just a tick under 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Really, it's been all one-way traffic from a scoring perspective. It's all been Legan. 10 points, early ones for him, leads all comers. 6 for Andre, who got them all very early on those 2 triples. Getting it going for the Dragons. I'm not quite sure why there's a lot of very animated hand waving from the Blackburn bench down there. Not quite sure what it was. Bit of shake of the head from a Goth. He's going to go to the line and shoot his extra, and was no good. Normally pretty reliable from the line, 83% on the year so far. Conway, 39 last time out against Sunbury. Went down a hallway that time with no way out as Andre lines up another 3. Connects! Trent Andre, a third. 9 for him so far. All from beyond the arc. Davey looking inside a Goth. Went up with contact, missed it. Felt like there was a lot of contact on that one. Monqueenie checked in for his first minutes just a moment ago as well. Andre, closely checked by Legan. Viney looking, threw it up with the right and obviously felt the contact and just tried to sling something up and hope for the best.
And it did work indeed, Jack. And you have to question after that one the probable lack of foul call on the back end of that Blackburn possession as well.
Yeah, it felt like there was a lot of contact there as a Goth went to the tin. Couldn't get the call or the bucket. And that is some interesting information we've just been handed from off the mic. I'm sure you heard that through the effects mic there. As Viney connects from the line. They'll look up the court and they'll find up the floor there was Manuel. Looking inside now, Legan. Oh, up and in. Nice finish with the contact, and he's come up a little sore there, Legan. As Hart tried to go up and contest.
Matt Hart himself, a ex-Blackburn product, both an under-18s junior and a Youth League player last year, winning Youth League 1 men's MVP for Blackburn, Jack.
Also wearing life member Rachel Jeffers shorts tonight, as I understand it.
And if you weren't told, I'm sure you'd still be able to tell by the length of those shorts.
Absolutely. Anyway, it'll be Legan that's going to go to the line for the extra. 12 points, has not missed so far tonight.
Something about James Legan at Camberwell Dragons home venues, Jack, and things just seem to click for him.
Oh, you only have to go back 8 or 10 months to see, what was it, 40 points in back-to-back weeks. I'd be hard-pressed to find a scoring run like that since probably Elijah Pepper in the NBL 1 this year over in Perth. But boy, oh boy, put together a hot scoring run against the Dragons a season ago. Was inside, Conway went up and under and finished. Nice little double clutch layup in there as Davey went downhill to the basket. Little bit of contact. He wanted the call, but the ref said nothing doing. Andre, Conway, Mulqueeny, Viney with an absolute eternity. Lines one up and puts it in. Cannot give him that much time and space. Driving inside, nice little finish underneath. They all, no one within Kui. Andre, Hart, Viney. Possibly a change defensively here, but not going to work as Conway's going to get the bucket and the foul. Sean Conway filling it up.
My favourite thing about Sean Conway, Jack, is he's not a guy who needs to have the ball to start the possession, but often he's doing fantastic work to end the possession. Just there, held his space really well, stepped in, finished strong, fundamental, 2 feet, everything a coach loves to see.
Absolutely, great balance and presence inside to go up and finish, and you love seeing that from your wing players. Gets the 3 the old-fashioned way. It's been lights out so far over the course of his small campaign from the line. Here goes Legan. Legan pulling up for 3 over the top of Hart. Bucket and the foul. James Legan. Hart beside himself, but he's going to go to the line for a 4-point play.
Fun fact for the listeners at home, James Legan is actually Matt Hart's trainer.
Wow. That is new news. Well, he certainly didn't train him to get his hand out of the way as he made that one over the top of him. Matt Hart was quite beside himself that that call came down as Zaccolo comes back into the game.
Sean King will join Matt Hart in that flabbergasting nature, Jack.
Yeah, not thrilled with the treatment there he was. As Legan makes no mistake, perfect from the line and perfect from everywhere so far in this one. Might need to get a hand if you're in a maroon shirt. Andre looking inside Mulqueeny, drew 2. Conway lost a handle on it and threw it away to Zaccolo. Davey, a Goth, working on Mulqueeny, pulls up from the right block and missed it. And Jaden Ly's just come into the game as well. Andre, Conway, stepping back. Whoa, would have brought the house down if he made that. Hart just absolutely blows by and misses it. Blew by and then blew the layup. Andre, Hart, probably didn't need the dribble, but pulls up from just inside 3 and makes it. Coach killer those once the foot on the line, triple from the corner.
The 2019 Houston Rockets would be less than pleased with that one, Jack.
Bit of Mike D'Antoni basketball. So here they go through Manuel. Inside, nice finish over the top of Trent Andre. Who, geez, I don't know if the ref was looking there. I reckon they actually inbounded that out of bounds. Andre pulls up a 3 again. Wanted the 4th and couldn't get it. Hart tried to tip it back, couldn't get it again. Conway, unguarded from the high post, puts it in. Sean Conway up to 10. Davey inside. Oh, they lost the handle on it and that bounced out of bounds. 10 and 8/10 left on it here, first quarter. 6 points to the Camberwell lead. Davey will inbound. Looking. Legan. Closely checked by Trent Andre as here goes Davey. Davey with 5. 4 with 3, kicks out, Zaccolo, corner 3, long, didn't even look like it. And the Hart rebound will end his first quarter, and through one frame here at BSC, it's Camberwell holding on to a 35-29 lead. Connor Matthews, first quarter thoughts.
Obviously a trackman out there, Jack. Camberwell shooting 70% from the field. You know, Blackburn really hot start as well. So I think the first 10 knuckles down a little bit and probably takes the pace out of the game. The opposition is going to be the one that breaks away.
Both teams shooting a great clip so far in this one. 70% for the Dragons and only 50% for Blackburn at this point in time. But you look at those two teams and the way that they've shot the ball so far. Is this sustainable? You know, are they passing the sustainability models at the moment in your eyes as a coach?
I think this does have to slow up at some point, right? Like, you know, Legan's perfect. Conway must be close to perfect as well. So I see it slowing down, but I also think these are just two teams of guys that can just go. And, you know, maybe they're teams that are happy to trade baskets and back in their own offense. So regardless, it's been an exciting watch.
Yeah, look at the scorers so far. Conway leads the way for Camberwell with 10. On the other side, it's been all Legan. 17 for him of the 29 Blackburn points. Sees them with a 6-point disadvantage through one. Glad you're here alongside us for the ride in this one. BigV round 8, pink round across the league, and haven't we seen some great uniforms across the league? I saw a couple of teams rocking some special pink kits over the course of this round. Camberwell with their all pink warm-ups and some great signage around the traps as well. A lot of pink in the air.
It's fantastic, Jack, and a few avid wearers of the pink socks over there on the Camberwell bench, which is fantastic as well.
100%. And that would be a great idea to those that are thinking about staying around for the first half. This has been a good one so far. Nice game so far. Camberwell, as we say, the 6-point leader. It'll be a Camberwell ball to start this second quarter of play. Through Mulqueeny at the top. Hart now. Reeves has just checked back in as well underneath. Layer 3, puts it in. Nice triple, Jaden.
Young Buck getting some minutes out there, Jack, and off to a good start.
Yeah, kind of a necessity with the way that the injuries have played out on that Camberwell side. Still no Sean Clark, missing since week 1 of this season. And obviously missing big Noam Lazis as well, hurting himself a couple of weeks back. It's a travel call will go against Blackburn. Blackburn, recent uniform change himself, I'm just noticing as well. Nice little nod to the Valley Suns in the side panels there. Lay another 3. Yes! The filthy Matt Brooks on the sideline looks to make a coaching change. There's something new. As they went up and couldn't get the 2 to go. Foul's going to go. I think that's going to go against Ben Crowe as Elijah Davey will take a seat. And Alex Canellis will come in. 12 points to the Camberwell lead at this stage.
Matt Brooks asking a lot of questions of the Blackburn players, but not looking like there's a lot of answers coming on the back end of that.
Goff at the line, couldn't get it. Nice rebound, Mulqueeny. He'll do the ball handling honours himself. Here's Crowe. Crowe on the bounce. That's a lie. And he got fouled by Legan, put his hand up, but I feel that'll go against Canellis. No, it won't. It will indeed go against Legan. That's his first. The change now as Pock will come into the game. First minutes tonight for the big fella. And they'll look inside Hart, and Hart just throws it away. An odd move there as downhill up to the basket. No good, but a nice move by Athian Manuel. We'll go to the line and shoot a couple.
Former Youth League 2 All-Star 5 player in 2019, Jack. A couple of years at college, and now he's come back to play in the championship men at Blackburn.
He's looked pretty good so far. If not doing a massive impact on the scoreboard, stealing a couple of points, looking to add to his tally from the line, and good on the first. 84% from the line. They are the best free throw shooting team in the comp. That's 75%.
Hasn't helped their overall offensive production just yet, Jack, but I'm sure at some point that will kick in for them.
Makes both from the line. Mulqueenie had to think about a three, didn't really want it. Step back, mid-range jump shot. Looking like Sean Livingston out there with the little step back midi. Puts it in for two.
Minus about 3 feet of elevation.
Probably 90 degrees less of leg bend too. Legan over the high hand of Reeves, puts it in. Big three, James Legan. I've seen this film before. Reeves looking, a lot of hand contact from Potch, and he's going to go to the line and shoot a pair.
Not a huge amount of touches for Mike Reeves just yet, Jack. Be interesting to see if Camberwell got him a little bit harder with Yol on the bench and with a little more of a good matchup for him.
Feels like we've hardly called that name tonight. Mike Reeves, who had a big game a few weeks ago, he'll go to the line. Not a prolific free throw shooter, but makes the first. He had 25 last, beg your pardon, he had 13 last week. Looked at the wrong name on my stat sheet. Good on both from the line. Uncharacteristic. Normally a 47% shooter, but certainly doing that percentage no harm with the make of both there. Oh, they tried to force feed Legan. Legan hated that he didn't get a touch. That's a bomb from Legan. And no good. Reeves controls. Here's Crow. Hart. Crow wanted it back in the corner. Didn't come to him. Lime throws it off a foot and bounces out of bounds. And they'll get a 14-second reset here as well.
There's a couple of possessions now, Jack, that Campbell looked a bit hesitant against that ball screen pressure from Blackburn. So it'll be interesting to see how they adjust to that.
Oh, they're going to almost throw this away. Canellis almost got a piece of it. And Ly's going to hustle down and control it. Reeves. A lot of second unit minutes, I beg your pardon, for Reeves tonight. A bit unusual from the coaching standpoint. Legan, this feels like this could go up any second. It does indeed. He gets the whole way downhill, and Reeves sends it back with interest.
Substitution. Stay on the three-point line. That's not your game.
And the Campbell fans with some helpful coaching advice for James Legan, who definitely needs it at this point.
Absolutely. I think he's probably fair enough. I think that fan that's sitting a couple of rows behind or so, I think he's probably qualified. I believe he's had a little bit of coaching experience at the level. Possibly even had more wins than them last year.
He would certainly know how James Legan likes to play.
He certainly does, and I'm sure he'd know the defensive scout against Legan.
No, he doesn't.
Zakola controls the inbound. Long way from home for him. Well, Canellis almost lost the handle and turned it over. Is inside. Set back Reeves. Cleaned it out. They'll have 6 to shoot now, Blackburn. See if they can get something a little better looking. Legan, long way from home. Pulls up, puts it in. Big three, James Legan.
Oh, just stay out there.
23 now for Legan in the first half.
23. Oh, we get to the fourth.
Crow, Andre, Reeves inside. Conway up and in, yes. Great finish on the right, contorting the body, putting it in. Canellis, Legan, inside, floating, and a little strong, gets his own rebound. Manuel, 3 of his own. Oh, nowhere near it. Didn't trouble the ring. Despondent looks from the Blackburn bench. Upstairs, Reeves got shoved in the back and puts it in. Nice finish. Canellis with the shove, but Reeves with the composure. And it's going to be a Blackburn timeout, I think, as Camberwell are out to a 12-point lead, tying their biggest of the game.
Cam has showed no signs of slowing down yet, Jack.
Story so far has been Legan. 23 points through a quarter and 4 minutes. He's played 13 of the available 14, and he's got 23 points to show for it.
Camberwell shooting 76% from the field.
What's happening around the league? Let's have a little look at what's happening elsewhere in the league tonight. Over on BigV TV2, RMIT a 7-point lead. Bellarine and Wyndham just about to tip off. In the Youth League 1, Melbourne Uni holding a 5-point lead over Bulleen. 20, gee whiz. A few 20 balls for Melbourne Uni. For those Blackburn viewers, look away now. 10 points they trail in their Youth League matchup against McKinnon. Right, back here. 6 minutes and 7 to go in the second quarter, I beg your pardon, not the second half. And a bit of full court pressure now for Blackburn to face Canellis, Zaccolo, Manuel. Legan has not moved this possession. He sat himself in that corner and did not think about moving. And proved to be a nice decoy as a nice finish from Manuel inside. Viney. Andre, long way from home. Wouldn't be against him putting this one up from long range. That's a deep, deep 3, Trent Andre. 4th one of the game for him.
12.6 assists for Andre in just shy of 15 minutes, Jack. He's in for a big one.
Andre Ariba. As here he goes again with a steal. On Poch. Bit of contact, no good. Nice rebound, Poch as well. Manuel inside, Euro stepping to the lane. They wanted the and one, but he couldn't get the finish to get the first half of that and one.
I think the fan in me, Jack, was hoping that Trent Andre just pulled up for 3 in transition.
It wouldn't have been the worst call. All of his points so far coming beyond the arc. Poch will take a seat. Otherwise, Manuel's to the line and making the first. It's a real different looking outfit for both of these two teams this year. A lot of change. The second was good, Manuel, as well. Jeez, and you have a look at that shooting percentage. Bang on their season average, 75% from the foul line. The more things change, the more they stay the same. Conway. Oh, nice spin move. Mid-range J is a bit strong. I would have thought that was almost automatic based on his first couple of games this year. Legan on Reeves. He'd like his chances here, Legan, pulling up, stepping back and pouring one in. Sean King hated it. Oh, he's going to hate that little floating air ball from Ben Crowe a little bit more, though. As Reeves got fouled as he caught the offensive rebound. I suppose you could almost, more generous statisticians in the league might have called that a pass.
Yeah, well, if Jay McKenzie's in the building, we know we have the generous statisticians indeed.
100%. Not quite as generous as they used to be. Stats guys. Certainly statting very well last year. I do remember someone in their last game having an 18 and 12 outing with a few blocks that might have been generous. Reeves missed the first. And was good on the second. So 10 points, the Camberwell advantage. 4:25 to go here in the first half. Back screen was nice. Zaccolo got Canellis free and Zaccolo blew the layup. Seen him do that in this against this team or for this team before as they tried to throw pick and roll. Andre turned it over. Legan inside a Goff. Oh, missed the layup himself. Goodness. Conway walks into a triple. Makes no mistake. And a turnover. He's going to step over the line. That is an under eights mistake. It'll be a Camberwell ball on the baseline. That just probably sums up the state of the franchise for the last 3 years. Is Conway again. 18 for Conway.
Conway's clawing away at Legan there, Jack.
It's going to be a head-to-head battle. You get the feeling that Camberwell are maybe a bucket or two away from really cracking this one wide open. Legan trying to do something about it. Around and out and underneath. Well, that is something I've not seen in a very long time. A nice effort by Andre to jump up there and whack it away as AL managed to get it wedged up on the backboard. And that is an impressive feed on a layup. Legan on Crowe. Crowe clamping him. Canellis. He's probably not going to be the one shooting it. It's inside when Ayol, and that time he managed to get it above the edge of the ring. Filled it up. Andre. Kicking for Viney. Viney, corner three, was short. Got his own rebound, though. Nice effort over the top. Brooks is filthy. Although I've never seen him look happy, it must be said. Conway, up top, threw it away. Like the idea, though, with low shot clock to try and get the lob, perennial lob threat is Reeves.
I'm sure back in his St John's days, Jack, there was a 7-footer under the hoop ready to catch that one. Unfortunately, Mike Reeves at 6'7" is not quite up to that one just yet.
100%, definitely the athleticism to do it, but just probably not willing on the 7'3" catch. Wemby would have struggled to come down with that one as Conway got affected on the shot. And they got a piece of it, but no, they're going to say no. I'm just going to say Conway threw it out of bounds, in effect. Bounces out of bounds, and Blackburn will take over.
3 certainties in life, Jack. Death, taxes, and Sean Conway heady pulling from transition for 3.
I'm for it.
As am I.
I'm absolutely for it. Here's the Goff. Working on Reeves, going downhill to the basket, bounced off a foot. Oh, Andre, what a move! Conway up top. Ooh, bit of a flat tire, bucket and the foul. What a feed, Trent Andre. And it's going to be a timeout to Brooks and Blackburn, who want to have a chat about it. No doubt a positive chat for the Blackburn coach. It was a nice finish with the late contact from Conway in transition. Probably not going to step back and hit the hezzy pull-up triple. on that instance.
Coach Matt Brooks, Jack, no doubt pleased with his team's offensive output tonight, considering they're on track for 100 as a 72 points per game team. And is it to be confirmed if he's related to ex-Oklahoma City Thunder coach Scott Brooks? Do we have confirmation on that?
Candidly, I think as an OKC fan myself, I can see a lot of similarities in the way that they play. Late era Scott Brooks and current era Matt Brooks. And I'll let you, you ball knowers at home, to figure out what I mean by that.
Much like the ending to Shutter Island, it's up to the viewer.
Out of interest, X is indeed going to give it to you. As I understand it, league sources are telling the BV YouTube channel. Around the league, RMIT, 7-point advantage at the moment over Shep, over in Bandura. Who's getting the points there around the grounds? Connor?
Joshua Henry with early 16 for RMIT. And then Bryce Brown from Shep, 21 of their 45 points, 51 seconds to go on the first.
Pretty on brand as well, for that matter. Back here though, Conway's going to go try and make it 21 first half points of his own. Could not. Did try to get a little tap-ups, steal at the back. A Goth. Legan wants it. Zakolo. They're going to pin down to try and get to Legan. They couldn't. A Goth is a long way from home. He might pull up himself. Tries to go off the bounce. Kicked it out to Canellis. Canellis. Well, that was never going up, ever. But a nice feed that found its way inside to a Goth again. Viney on Legan. Turns it over. Canellis. A Goth. On Crow, short-armed the 2-footer. Hart diving on the floor, tried to get it off Legan, couldn't. Probably could have been a held ball. Viney inside, stopping on a dime, missing the layup. This last 2 minutes has really been for the purists.
Camberwell gone very small here, Jack. 5 guards on the floor.
Canellis. Ooh, goodness me. They all tried to get around the corner on Viney. A lot of body contact. They're chirping about something in there. Not quite sure what. It didn't look like there was anything particularly malicious in that. To my eye. And then again, there was a faction of the basketball community that we're particularly happy with 2 high-profile players through the week having a bit of a quabble on the court with hard fouls. Over in the WNBA. This is quite odd at the moment that they've gone to all corners of the court here before the inbound pass. I thought that was going to the line. There'll be Ayol to inbound, and he'll go to Canellis. Receives the Zakolo screen and got all the way downhill in a rare 2-point attempt. Averaging 2.5 a game is Canellis. Here's Crow, and they're going to get Hart for an offensive foul.
Maybe his third, Jack.
Third foul for Matt Hart.
Get angry, Matt. Get angry.
They're going to be over the limit now as well with 50 seconds, or beg your pardon, 46 seconds. Contrary to the 104 on your screen at the moment. 46 seconds left in this first half. It'll be Canellis. No, it'll be Ayol to handle. Canellis now. Ayol again. Canellis. Zakolo. Legan. Oh, got so much space. Kick out pass of Goth for 3. Yes. A Goth. Cuts it back to 9. Mulqueeny had an absolute acre of space. Andre, Conway. Conway jabbing, putting up the triple, no good. Here goes a Goth, and it'll be Legan to handle it with 10. Now with 7. This one's going to go up, you would think at some stage. Legan, the hand in his face, and in for 3. James Legan, 28 first half points.
That is just an insane 20 minutes of basketball from James Legan. Insane.
So we'll head to the main change. It'll be 61-55, the Camberwell lead. We'll take a quick break and be back with you for the second half in not too long. Don't go anywhere. This is an absolute high-octane affair. We can't wait to see what this second half has in store. Back with you shortly. Welcome back to BSC. Second half on deck. Jack Thornton, Connor Matthews alongside me. Connor, sum up that first half in 2 words. You'd probably be looking at the words Conway. And I'd probably say Legan is the other one. Been an outstanding offensive performance from the 2 leading scorers in these 2 sides.
Yeah, for sure, Jack. And the number that probably jumps off the page for me is the assist column, with Camberwell with 20 of their 23 field goals being assisted, and Blackburn 8 of their 20. And, you know, I think maybe this is where some of Blackburn's offensive woes have come in, where a lot of it is when it breaks down, guys going one-on-one. Now, in saying that, Legan has been excellent in that situation, so you couldn't really fault it. But you have to wonder, is that going to be sustainable over not just the game, but over the course of the season?
We were talking a moment ago off mic that, you know, it's just the thing that's been so impressive about Conway's 20 points so far is just how in rhythm it's come. It doesn't look like they're running anything really distinct to try and get him his. I mean, it's just sort of come second nature in the context of the offense.
It's very ethical, as the kids like to say these days, Jack. Very ethical hooper.
I love ethical hoops here, and set to go for the second half as Ben Crow will get it started with probably the most rough shirt tuck I've ever seen on a player. Oh, gee whiz. Conway now. Reeves. Reeves jump hook on the right. Had a very quiet first half by his standards. Although, with that said, he did have 9 points, so maybe not that quiet. But he missed on that jump hook, and that was his first miss on the game. Ayol turned and spun and couldn't finish, and Camberwell will take it away. Conway pulls up for the 3, was short. Crow now. Crow falling to his left and finishes. Nice little leaner from the mid-range for the BNF coaching owner. Zuccolo. Andre did well to get a piece of that ball, but still ended up with Legan. Legan tried to split Reeves in half. Couldn't. Canellis inside Zuccolo. Never looked like going in, and then got blocked by Reeves on the follow, but they're going to slug Reeves for the foul on the arm as Zuccolo went up to collect his own miss.
Campbell assistant Larry Cheng just aghast at that call. He's maintained his composure once again, but less than pleased.
Pretty straight up did Big Mike. Zuccolo was nowhere near it on the first. Not really a prolific free throw shooter. Hasn't made one all season, and that was no different. Still shooting a lousy 0% from the charity stripe. Conway. Andre with time and space. Tried to bank it home, and Conway, big offensive rebound. Got mauled by Zuccolo underneath and no call.
Surprising no call there. Looked like pretty heavy contact.
Oh. And then Canellis the other way got fouled. And I would argue almost less contact.
Less than half the contact.
Sean King agrees. So, will be Canellis on track for a season high in this one. Made the first. Try and sort this error out with the scoreboard in just a moment. There's one way to sort it out, as Canellis made both at the line. They'll skip to Crow. Crow with space. Normally pretty reliable from 3. Wasn't on that occasion. Off the back iron and out. Legan with a hand from Andre. No good. Maybe the tide's starting to turn on this hot shooting night. Viney looking for Reeves. Reeves got checked off the ball by Zuccolo. Probably lucky there wasn't anything more attached to that common foul. So Reeves off the inbound, the triple. Off the left side and out. There's a way they come through Ayol. Working on Andre. Andre, nice D, and got a piece of it. If you don't mind, here's Conway. Conway stepping back, long two, was off. McGoth the rebound, wanted to kick it ahead to Legan. Instead, he's just going to turn it over. Conway will take over. Crow, Viney, inside Reeves, finishes and contact. Canellis got him on the hip on the way through, and Reeves will go to the line and shoot an extra.
Yeah, the referees seem to be very proactive on the hand checking on the shot attempts, Jack. Not so much actually up near the up the shot attempt, but more just below the waist.
Curious. Do like to see consistency across the board, and they seem to have been on that pretty well all night, as Reeves was no good on the extra. Here go the Vikings. Vikings working under an 18-point deficit. Beg your pardon, an 8-point deficit, not 18. That's really good maths from me. So they'll kick out to Ayol, who went around, just about got every part of the ring but the bottom of it. Viney goes the other way. Bit of a flop from Canellis as Conway went to the 10 and puts it in, up to 22, Sean Conway. Lead back out to 10.
Blackburn loving this pager action, Jack. Legan sets the back pick, then pops, and it's just been prolific in that action every time.
Legan again, another three, up to 31 for him. They just won't go away now, the Vikings. Andre, skip pass for Conway. Working on Legan, spinning, kicking. Viney probably had time to line up a triple, didn't want it. Crow a three of his own. No good. Legan's going to have a go now. In transition. Skip pass, Canellis. Probably could have lined one up. Didn't want it. They go to Ayol. They'll go to a Goth. And that was no good. Canellis tried to control it. And somehow that ball's going to stay. Never mind, the ref will correct himself and it'll go the direction of Camberwell. It will be a Camberwell ball. Off the backcourt here.
Apparently both teams should be playing offense right now, Jack. Not sure that's going to work though.
No, I wouldn't have said so. Viney, Crow, tried to get it to Conway. Conway had so much time. Crow lost the handle on it again. Here goes Ayol to the hoop on Reeves. Body contact, couldn't finish. That's really been the tale of the night. They have not been able to convert these and one opportunities. Reeves will pick up his second. Nearly 3 team fouls for Camberwell in this third quarter.
I think that's something that'll really hurt Camberwell here, Jack. Like if they lose their momentum, they lose their rhythm, and guys are starting to get in foul trouble, that's going to hurt their firepower offense has been really the catalyst so far.
Ayol will make that one from the line.
Slow down a bit, yeah.
Makes no mistake, 2-2 on that trip. So, bit of extended pressure now for Blackburn. They'll work through Viney, and now Conway. Really, it's been all Conway offensively. A couple of nice contributions from him. Reeves, the Kevin Garnett 2 was good.
An old classic, Jack. Bring it back. The face-up, deep mid-range. Every coach's dream.
Have not seen that one since the early to mid-2010s. Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett basketball, that one. Andre. Geez, you'd like to think that's probably a shot that he would be pulling when he really wants to see one go up, but ended up swinging the rock, and Crow missed the triple. Legan had a lot of space to let one go and almost poured one with the help from Reeves. Andre tried to cross up and go downhill himself. Crow, another three. That time gets that one. And a long overdue triple for Ben Crow.
It's gotten to the point in this game, Jack, where the Camberwell crowd is groaning when James Legan catches the ball.
And he'll get a catch here. Great backdoor feed. Andre went up and fouled him. Didn't have much more of a Didn't have much more of an option than that, really. He was completely unchecked as he got underneath. A great feed to get it there too on time. A little stern talking to for Trent Andre as well. Not liking that contact towards the head.
Trent Andre 1 assist shy of a double-double tonight with plenty of time to play.
Legan good on the first. 34 for him. Just a tick over 4:30 to go in the third. Could be a big night. Viney, Crow, Conway, Andre. Oh, nice move, Trent Andre. Floater was good, mid-range. Able to shake and bake and get into traffic and float it up and in. They all up, floating over the front of the tall timber and rearing that one around and out. And he's certainly said that about him a couple of times so far today. Inside Reeves, spinning to Crow, wide open three, yes! Ben Crow the triple and Matt Brooks and Blackburn the timeout. As Camberwell out to a 13-point advantage with 3:54 remaining in the third. Around the grounds, have a look at those scores around the league. RMIT leading by 5 over at Bundura. 19 from Joshua Henry. 30 now for Bryce Brown, for those playing along at home. Wyndham also holding a 7-point lead over Bellarine down the highway, which probably would come as a bit of a surprise to supporters around the league. Wyndham not at the lofty heights that they've had the last couple of years. Wholesale changes across the board for them this off-season. We'll come back here and it'll be Aol that will do the inbounding for Blackburn out of this timeout.
Half-court trap for Campbell here, 2-1-2 press.
We saw this a little earlier on out of a timeout. Might be their go-to action out of those defensive timeouts. A Goff, Canellis, low clock, tried to tee up a triple and missed the lot.
Stop shooting! Just pass it!
Missed the lot.
Sorry, my phone.
Crow, Conway. Oh, Reeves looked for Conway and Conway wasn't looking. He tried to go set a down screen and was actually naked, wide open.
Oh, get him off!
Shades of Rodney Eade from the man in the crowd. Get Minson off. Here's a Goff. Screen from Zaccolo. Nice D. Ben Crow stepped up on the rotation. Legan with Reeves for company. Shot clock down to 8. Bounced it off Reeves' foot. Crow wanted it. And it's going to be over and back with 3 on the clock. Zaccolo dived after it to get a touch on it, but Crow, the great hustle play to force the turnover. Clearly the cough function on this working really well right there.
Some court sweepers from our 16-7 boys, 16-5 boys.
5, I thought, but
16-5 boys.
could be 7. I think you're more familiar with the junior program than I am. through your junior coaching commitments. Mulqueeny. Viney, skip past Andre. Andre wanted to look at a triple, couldn't get it. Inside Mulqueeny. Was contested up and finished. Nice. The foul will go against, I think that'll go against Ayol. It'll be his fourth. It's Alec Mulqueeny off the back of being a bit banged up after last week's game. Only played 3 minutes. He's had a nice contribution with 5 so far in this one.
And opting to leave Ayol in the game here with 4 fouls. 13 minutes to go, Jack. He's bold to say the least. Bold from Brooks.
Mulqueeny. It's very Scott Brooks-like of him, must be said. It's a nice finish. Mulqueeny went up and under and finished. I think it actually may have been his 3rd foul. As I double check, I might have got that one a little wrong. Legan trying to get himself available and does over the high hand of Andre. No mistake. James Legan up to 36. 36 of their 67 for the Blackburn number 5 as Crow tried to answer back and missed. Emmanuel to go the other way on Crow, draws the offensive foul. A Goth away from the ball, wanted the flop call, but there was no mistake there for the ref. Straight down the number, right between the 1 and the 3.
Talk to him, Crow. Bad hairline versus worse hairline.
Battle that only the Twin Peaks would be jealous of in that matchup. Andre for a 3. No good. He's gone cold since the first quarter, where he made his first 4. As downhill went Davey. Finishes with foul. And he's going to go to the line for the bonus 1.
His first points for the night as well, Jack.
Yeah, normally a pretty handy scorer at 10.5 a game. Only just starting his account in this one. So Davey at the line was no good. Mulqueeny pulled it down and he'll take it away. Andre now. Mulqueeny bounced it off his chest. Bit of an obscure look. Completely missed Viney inside. Now Hart. Hart getting the ball batted away. Here goes Davey. On Crow. Up top. Going to get him on the hand check. And Camberwell will be over the limit anyway.
And Crow rubbing his head. Hopefully for some good luck there.
Reminding me of one of my favourite Simpsons quotes. Homer, have you been putting your head in the shino ballo? Of course he hasn't. Not sure why you'd think he had. Davey good on the first.
The number of times tonight that I've had to take off my mic to laugh silently behind the commentary box is now up to 3, Jack. That's a courtesy to your hilarious quips.
Davey nowhere near it on the second. Pinched the rebound away from him too. I'm sure Conway wouldn't have minded that one, as Davey, who is ever the ball hawk on the defensive side, almost picked that one off. Bounced off a hand and out of bounds. Viney will receive the inbound this time. Downhill, looking, tried to find Conway. Conway got battered to the floor. Mulqueeny did a great job to keep it alive, but I actually think he might have kept it alive enough for that to have been play on, but the referee disagreed, and it's going to be an over and back. It will go the way of Blackburn. They'll have a go offensively. 11 points in arrears with a minute to go here. 5 seconds on the shot clock. See what they can get here. Davies going to have to shoot. Kicks it off. 3 ball from Ayol was nowhere near it.
It's actually a nice possession from Blackburn, Jack. Pretty good composed and late to reorganise themselves, and a little double ghost on ball action there for an open shot.
Is that who you want taking that shot at the late clock situation, though?
You're the numbers guy, Jack. You tell me.
Conway now. Light. Looking. Oh, he took a lot of steps as he went down the lane, tried to Euro his way under. Probably just mistimed his 0 step there and missed the floater anyway, but turned it over before. A bit of pressure up the floor now. Again for Camberwell. Blackburn will go to Legan. They'll skip to Ayol. Davey, as he's so good on the bounce, but threw that one away. Just a bit strong for the cutting Manuel. With a 2-second difference between shot and game clock, it'll be Trent Andre trying to extend this 11-point lead. Receiving the screen from Mulqueeny. Andre, a lot of ball in hand for him. Tried to go downhill, tried to go up and finish, but Conway, offensive rebound and the follow. And they're just going to let time expire on the baseline as Sean Conway and his 22 points of Camberwell holding a 13-point lead as we take a turn for home here. Connor Matthews, third quarter, 3/4 time thoughts for you.
I think Blackburn got sped up that quarter, Jack, and not necessarily in a good way. I think their transition pace early was beneficial, and now they're in a spot where they're playing at an uncontrollable pace they can't keep up. So ball back to Legan, simplify the offense, let him do his thing. You
mentioned Legan there, a pretty quiet third quarter by his lofty standards, 28 in the first half, and only 8 points there for him. Was it Camberwell doing what they could to turn them out of their offense, or was it just that Legan couldn't get going again?
I would almost blame his teammates, Jack. I think that ball just didn't come through his hands enough, and Blackburn are now feeling the consequences of that.
So a 13-point lead for Camberwell as you head to the last. What changes from either side in this to try and, obviously apart from trying to get Legan more involved if you're Blackburn, but from a Camberwell perspective, do you change anything in this instance?
I think the small ball patches are being good, Jack. I think it makes them switchable. Both teams are wanting to shoot a lot, so the smaller lineup helps Camberwell spacing, and it helps their ability to contest Blackburn and have quicker, more agile guys to switch out and contest guys like Legan or contest those kickouts. So I wouldn't mind seeing Sean King going at that small lineup again.
And you mentioned that they've gone into quite a small lineup. Reeves not having his hottest game of the season, only scoring 13 so far in this one. But across the board, been playing pretty strongly without the big fella in there patrolling the paint. Have a look at some of those leading numbers. Double-double for Trent Andre at 14 and 10. Look at those team stats, 28 assists to 10 for Camberwell. Probably indicative of the type of basketball they've played in this one.
I'd say so, Jack. I'm just a little taken aback by Trent Andre getting an assist on that last possession of the third quarter. He was 9 assists going into that possession and finished with 10.
Yeah, it's actually a really good point. I hadn't picked up on that, but nice catch. And there are scorers on the screen. Legan with 36 leads all comers. Prolific as always. And then it's daylight for the next for Blackburn. Conway leading the way with 24 for Camberwell. As we take a turn for the start of the last, and there'll be a shirt pull call here, and I reckon they're probably going to try and get Legan involved. What do you think?
I think it's a very educated guess of you, Jack, and I'm sure no one listening at home could say otherwise.
Well, here he goes. They're going to try and force feed it inside. They didn't in the end. They'll go to Zaccolo, probably the next best scoring option for them. Ayol working downhill, managed to get basket side on Viney, but blew the layup as Conway takes it away. Conway downhill, kick out pass, Mulqueeny. He thought about lining up one, but didn't, as Viney went inside, Euro stepping his way to the basket and finishing with the right. 15 points now. The Camberwell lead, and Blackburn need an answer urgently, and they'll get a minor one through Elijah Davey underneath. Mulqueenie with the world's most convincing ball fake. Viney, Lai, another three on the way. Off the back iron and out. Nice rebound, James Legan. Ayol. They'll end up getting it into the hands of the prolific Legan. Working to the left. Looked like he walked, but he turned around and spun and finished. Very creative pivot foot action there for James Legan as he nailed the turnaround. A big hold away from the ball there on Mulqueenie. Tried to sell it. Conway downhill, shovels underneath, and one Mulqueenie. Great creativity on the offensive side for Sean Conway.
Something that really stands out to me, Jack, with it being roughly a month between commentary outings here, is the off-ball activity for Camberwell. A team that was primarily before focused on who had the ball and who was creating with it is now being centred around that ball moving quickly and then making reads on penetration. And, you know, the scoreboard, that tells the story for you, right? It's been successful for them.
You just have to look at those last three games since you and I were last together as Conway steps back for three. Is good. Three ball, Sean Conway. Extends it to a 16-point advantage, biggest lead of the game. Zuccolo, turnaround jump hook was no good. Conway the rebound.
Zuccolo just anaphylactic to scoring tonight, Jack.
Shooting a meager 13% from the floor. As here goes Viney. Viney, Euro stepping underneath, and it's actually going to be a foul call. It's going to go against Davey. You mentioned it's been about a month since we saw this team play. It was possibly even slightly more than that. It would have been round 4 that we last saw this team come out and play against Melbourne Uni. They are a completely different team offensively since then, as nice D Viney gets a piece of it and comes away as a Goth tried to go with the razzle-dazzle. Mulqueenie, Viney, inside Mulqueenie again, skip past Lai, sent back Davey, nice piece of it. The Goth. Zuccolo, Legan, wide open for three, never missing that one. 41 for Legan.
The streak stays alive, Jack, of James Legan's 40-point games against those in the red jerseys.
Up to close to 130 points in his last 3 outings versus Camberwell, as Sean Conway the other way, up to 30 of his own. It's a shootout here between the two sharpshooters for these two teams. Legan, another long triple, bang! 44 for Legan on 70% shooting, as Camberwell will turn it over.
I can't believe, Jack, how at this point of the game, with 44 on the scoreboard, James Legan is being left alone within 5 metres of the three-point line.
Well, it's 44 for Legan. The next high scorer for Blackburn is a Goth with 9. You would think that the score is probably going to come out of number 5. You would think. Davey, Legan, uncontested triple. Oh, geez, if you're Campbell, you're breathing a sigh of relief as he went short-armed on that one. Conway, skip pass, Andre for 3. Bang, puts it in. 16 points again, the Camberwell lead.
Camberwell shooting 15 of 32 from the three-point line, and Blackburn now shooting 10 of 24, still an elite clip. Most of those obviously at the beneficiary of James Legan.
Conway, nice finish, contested underneath, and Matty Brooks wants a timeout. They're going to have a chat about it. 18, the biggest lead for Camberwell, 98 to 80, and my goodness, I don't think I've seen a hotter shooting performance from two guys in a very, very long time. couple of scores from around the league as RMIT, their lead's cut to 2 over at RMIT. Beg your pardon, no it's not. I've just opened the game and they're actually up 7. Don't know what happened there. 5 minutes to go in that one. Hoskins up to 24, New Henry up to 21. 36 for Bryce Brown. Elsewhere around the league, Wyndham still leading Bellarine, and Sunbury up 5 early on Melbourne Uni. Here though, it's an 18-point lead for Camberwell. 6 minutes to go in this one. Really, it's a league and Conway watch at this stage as Davey pulls up high post. Didn't look like it, not his hottest shooting performance of a night. Downhill, Ayol missed it. A Goth tried to contest, and Viney a nice save. Crow, Conway, corner 3 on the way. Just off the front and out. Nice rebound taken away by Ayol. Legan's going to get an opportunity here. Legan looking, no movement from his teammates. They're just in stand back and watch mode at this stage. Davey turning the corner to the hoop and in, yes. Elijah Davey starting to get himself going with 7. Viney forced one up through contact and somehow he's going to get bailed out. And what was that expression you had before for Zuccolo? The anaphylactic to scoring. Mike Zuccolo. That's the one who's going to get slugged on the foul call. Anaphylactic to defending cleanly as well, as it would turn out. So he picked up his 3rd foul on that play. Viney finds himself at the line, I beg your pardon, coming off that 25-point game last week. Only 10 so far for him, and wow.
Viney fresh out that one. At least you can see the funny side, Jack. I'm sure the Campbell coaching staff cannot.
Real JaVale McGee type operation there, and then missed a second as well. A Goth was wide open away from the ball. They are eventually going to get it to him, and he's going to line up a 3 to cut the lead back to 15. 5-point swing there for Blackburn, as Crow's going to line one up from 3 and make it to bring up the triple figures. They'll raise the bat. It's going to be Davey now. And he's going to step to the side, left-hand side, and put it in. It's a 3-point shootout here. Both teams shooting well above 40% from the 3-point land as inside Mike Reeves puts it in.
And still not an ounce of defense to be found across the board here, Jack. Not an ounce. Not even a sliver.
103 to 88. Certainly not one for the defensive specialists as Viney takes that one away. They'll go to Hart. Hart will try the floater and bank one home. Zuccolo. Zuccolo, Legan now. Legan with time, space, floating to his... Oh, wow, that's a big shot for Legan. 47 for James Legan. Conway for his own. No, Legan now. He's going to have an opportunity to go for 50. Had to get it out of his hand. Zuccolo fumbled it. It's probably going to kill the attempt here for Legan. Ayol inside with contact. No good. Reeves the rebound. Off to the races now for Ben Crow. Looking for Conway. They'll get it to him. He'll go inside to Reeves. And they'll swat at it, and they're going to tie it up here. Legan, the nice active hands defensively.
Substitution. Camberwell.
14-point advantage at the moment. Reeves. Noah DeBortley just checked into the game. Crow floating and finishing. Nice finish.
Fantastic second half from Crowjack. After a first half, I'm sure he'll be less than pleased with it. Just come out absolutely taken over in the second half.
Conway to the cup, puts it in. 34 for Sean. There's a Goth to the hoop. This is kind of almost a bit of a trademark look for this Sean King coached outfit. Conway's going to take a seat, and so too is Ben Crow. 34, 13 and 6 for Conway on 56% shooting in this one. He's been so important for this Camberwell team. Certainly been a difference maker since he joined this roster a few weeks ago.
Ben Crow takes a sub. 1 rebound shy of his first career champ men's double-double, Jack.
There you go. The Goth on lay and 1. Nice finish. So he's going to go to the line and try and make this a 15-point game. Do you give him any chance? 2:43 to go.
What did the Pacers do on now? On Thursday?
9 points in 57 seconds, I think it was.
14 and 2:35, I believe it was, to the full run. So free throw make here.
Pretty much bang on it. They've certainly got the Tyrese Halliburton clone standing at mid-court. 47 Legan. Currently leading the rest of Blackburn by a couple. Andre floating to the right was no good. Nice rebound. And away they go here. Manuel lost the handle, but he's going to get called for the foul. Andre beside himself. Won't even go on him. It's actually going to go against Hart. Now that's going to be the 4th personal for Hart, I think. Nope, 3rd. Beg your pardon. No, it is the 4th. I tell a lie. As Mike Theodore's going to check into the game. Beg your pardon. Mark Theodore. Manuel. Canellis looking upstairs, and a foul called somewhere. I'm not quite sure where that was, but it's going to go against the Borderly. First personal for him. Not seen a lot of time on the floor this year after joining the roster. Misses the first. Didn't even get it above the ring was Manelli all.
Campbell has 5 guys on the floor right now, Jack, from 5 different clubs last year. We have a Keysborough, a Blackburn, a Camberwell, another Wadding NBL1, and a Maccabi.
There's a stat for you as Andre missed his triple. That is a good stat. That's a really good stat. As away goes Andre, kick out to Lai. Hart had to think about it. They're going to go a ball fake here, and now inside. Ayol still down behind play. Now on his feet. Legan. Legan a long 3. Gets it. There's 50. 50 points. James Legan as Ayol is going to check out of the game.
We were privy earlier to the 2024 Camberwell Dragons champ men's coach, Mark Jeffers, talking about how hard of a cover Legan was with back-to-back 40-point games, and he's has one up himself this year. So
certainly has. Well up above 130 in his last 3 against the Dragons. Lai looking for another 3 and puts it in. His 3rd of the game. Nice finish. The young Jaden. Legan now. They'll zip it over to a Goth who's going to pour in a 3 of his own, and they'll bring up the 100. Still only a 12-point game, now an 11-point game. Just over a minute left. They're going to pull the ball up. I think they're going to say there's a bit of sweat on the ball.
Surely we're doing that before the half-court line,
Now, Blackburn, no doubt, trying to get a piece of this one and see what he can do on the inbound. They'll go to Mulqueenie. Bortoli looking. Mulqueenie now tries to shoot a oh, wow, great feed, actually. Tell a lie. What a feed, what a feed, what a finish. He fooled all of us.
That's his fourth personal, fourth team, one shot.
The home crowd just getting stuck right in. Wowee. That's way short from Lay as he tries to make the extra as Matt Hart chased after it. And
Here we go, Canellis. 1 minute left.
so it'll be an inbound out of the backcourt
Here we go. Here we go.
for Blackburn.
How many wins you got? One? Just the one?
A bit of chat from the crowd.
Here we go, Skipper.
It'll be Canellis to handle it. A Goth. Canellis now. Downhill to the hoop and puts it up and in with the left. Nice finish. And Andre back the other way now. On Canellis. Bortoli a three, in and out. Legan now with an opportunity to extend it even more. Never mind, he threw it away. Lie now. 4-second difference between shot and game clock. Mulqueenie, Andre. So it will be a Camberwell win in this one. 11 points the lead at this stage as Andre pulls up a long three and almost breaks the backboard on it. They'll kick ahead. Upstairs, and that's a big effort. Nice foul and nice little dap up after the play. That could have been big. Manuel will go to the line. Perfect on the game so far. 6 of 6. Speaking of 6.1 left in this one as he misses. There's a commentator's curse for you. Makes the second though. So 6.1 left. You would think that Camberwell will just dribble this one out, 10 to the good. And they will indeed. So Camberwell will improve to 3-7 on the season and starting to wrestle some control back. Now that they're seeing a few teams that maybe are a little weaker than their start of the season, but they'll take out a 10-point win here over Blackburn. Connor Matthews, closing thoughts.
I think the guy in the red jersey with the number 8 on it, fantastic addition, and that's probably the biggest difference maker from 4 weeks prior there, Jack.
100%. Sean Conway, the story in this one, 34 and 13 with 6 assists to go with it. As Camberwell are going to run out 114 to 104 win. But Connor Matthews, Jack Thornton signing off. Big win for Camberwell. Starting to get that season back on track. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.